Guys, it's the end of our night. It's our last comedian of the night. If you're a comedian, you want next week's guaranteed spot, meet me over there. I'll have tickets. But let's make it loud for our deadliner, Richard! What's up, everybody? Feels good to be up here. I haven't been on stage in 5 years, so this could go terribly. And in case it does go terribly, I invited a bunch of people I know so they can watch it live. I got friends, I got family, I got co-workers here. I wanted to make sure that if I bombed on stage, everyone I love is in the blast radius. I haven't been on stage for 5 years because I'm a dad, which only one person has talked about so far tonight, which is probably a good thing. I hope most of you aren't dads. Besides Mo, I'm not going to talk shit about you, man. Your crew looks like they could definitely take my crew. Wish you luck, my friend. The second I became a dad, I started to understand my dad better. Like instantly, I understood why he told me what he told me, his motivations, his frustrations, and I realized that dads should never name their sons after them when they're kids. See, someone did, and it didn't work out. Like my dad's name is Frank. I mean, that's not his real name. I'd never tell you his real name. I don't trust any of you people. My dad's name is Frank, and I'm so glad he didn't name me Frank Jr. Because when I was born, I wasn't Frank Jr. I was Richard. He's Frank, I'm Richard. He raises me to do the best I can. He's doing the best he can. We'll see what happens. But then now that I'm a dad, I realize that once I have a son, that's when I should have been Frank Jr. Like that's when I should have changed my names to my dad's name. Because I instantly took on his characteristics. It became crystal clear to me when my son was a week old, and I'm upstairs in my bedroom, and I'm sitting in my rocking chair, and I'm holding my son, and I'm rocking him, and he's asleep in my arms, and my wife is right laying in bed next to me, and she's asleep. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. Like this is the family I dreamed of. My wife and I prayed for our kid for years, and he's here, and he's freaking perfect, and I was just overcome with gratitude and love. And I'm sitting there rocking and watching him. And then I just have a random thought come in my head, and I'm like, did someone leave a light on downstairs? Did you leave your nightlight on? Are you wasting Daddy's electricity? Dads are weird. I'm already a weird one. We have weird motivations. Like you never know when a dad's going to show up and when it's not going to show up. And I was reminded of that today when I texted my dad to come to this show. I texted him and I said, Dad, I'm going to do comedy tonight. It's been a long time. Would love for you to be there. And he said, oh, where are you doing it? And I said, downtown. And he said, I can't make it. He said, let me know when you're doing it at a club closer to my house. And I was like, my dad loves me unconditionally. He would do anything for me. He would literally take a bullet for me. But he will not deal with downtown parking. Thanks, guys.